Hey guys, so today we're going to make salted caramel walnut brownies, and I'm going to show you how everything is done with some tips included as well. So first tip is before you start baking anything, it's best for you to have all your ingredients weighed and displayed in front of you. Sebab kadang-kadang bila kita in the midst of baking tengah whisk, sometimes we tend to forget one or two ingredients, which really affects the overall baking experience. So best to always make sure that you have all the ingredients in front of you before we start. Okay, so we're going to start off with the dry ingredients first, and it's always important for you to sift all your ingredients to prevent any bugs or whatever that's inside your tepung and stuff like that. Okay. To take our cocoa powder. If you see like there are some granules or some large chunks of cocoa, you can just mix it in, yeah? Whiskey. Okay, so once we're done sifting, we don't need to sift salt, just add it in. So voila, we have our dry ingredients right here, and we put it aside. So now we're going into the wet ingredients. So what do we need to do? Take the eggs. So one important tip for you guys is when you guys are making cake, it's very important for you to measure to the point, because it's very important for consistency. And usually recipes are very accurate, so you can just follow it to the dot. If it doesn't work out, just add a bit here, reduce a bit there. So it's through experience that you actually learn how to make the perfect cake. So you have your eggs, just put in your oil. Best is actually if you have vanilla pods, but vanilla pods are very expensive, so we try a vanilla extract and try to get a really good vanilla extract, because it really does make a big difference. So make sure you get every drop of it in. And then you mix some sugar, brown sugar. Yeah? Okay, once everything is in, then we will mix this. Yeah? So for this mix, we usually use a whisk attachment. When you start off, you want to start off slow so that it doesn't splash out, and you slowly increase it to around medium speed. Yeah. Okay, so once everything is well mixed, you just pour in your melted chocolate. Yeah? We're using milk chocolate, but you can use dark chocolate, whatever you want, whatever you fancy. So once everything is well mixed, you put in the chocolate and make sure that you get every drop of the chocolate in. It's okay to make a bit of a mess. It's part of the fun. Just make sure that you clean it, okay? Sides. important tip is when you guys are making this, it's very important to not over mix it. So just go on low, it's fine. Another important thing about being a baker is always clean as you go. Whatever mess that you make, it's fine. Just make sure that you clean it right after. So whenever it's mixing, just give it a quick wipe. So once everything is well incorporated, it's time for us to mix the dry ingredients. And one important thing about mixing dry ingredients to wet, always mix it bit by bit. You don't want to mix it all together. Again, clean as you go. So halfway through the mix, usually what I do is I would stop it and just try to scrape whatever dry ingredients together. So on the whisk, on the sides, just make sure that everything is well mixed. So you can just scrape it. Make sure that everything is well mixed. Yeah? For 2 ingredients by hand. Why don't we use the mixer? Reason being is because if you use this whisk attachment inside that dough, what happens is your chocolate chip will get destroyed. And when your nuts go into there, it's very hard products. When it's coming to your whisk, it might just damage your whisk attachment. Spatula. So we're gonna finish this off with here we just mix nuts, some of our chocolate chips. We're using a pretty good quality chocolate chip, which is it's a Belgium chocolate chip. Actually, it's Belgium, right? Not Belgium. Belgium is the country. So we're just mixing it up, making sure that the walnut and also the chocolate chip is well distributed. Beautiful. Look at that. That's the texture that we're going for. Fudgy, beautiful, delicious brownie. So this is the fudgy kind of brownie. If you want to make it different, you can try using white sugar. You can try replacing the brown sugar with white sugar, and it has a different outcome. So happy experimenting. And sometimes, you know, I love doing this. I know it's not appropriate, but so good. Okay, so now what we do is we take a pan, a baking pan, we put some grease or corn oil, whatever kind of oil you want, just so that it doesn't stick. Put some parchment paper on it, as you can see, because this is a pretty sticky. It's important for you to always grease it so later you can take it out. So we pour it in. Out of there, what you want to do is you want to spread it to the edges. And you want to make it as flat as possible. Reason being, if it's not flat, sometimes it doesn't cook pretty evenly, so you want to cook it evenly. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that it's flat. One tip is just to hit it on the table. If you're using a marble table, I would not recommend this. Try hitting it on a stainless steel top or anything that's hard, that is unbreakable. You don't want your mom or dad to start screaming at you on breaking their kitchen table, yeah? So, pretty happy with that. Then what you want to do is, what we did earlier was we preheat the oven at 180 degrees. So once it's at 180 degrees, you can just pop it in. So our oven is at roughly around 180 degrees. What you want to do is you just put it inside, wait around 25 minutes. Actually, it's done around 30-35 minutes, but it really depends on your oven. So one good tip is always take it out earlier. Reason being is because it's always best to check it when it's underbaked, because once it's overbaked, there's no coming back from that. Okay, so once it's out, we want to check whether it's ready or not. It's simply just take like a lidi or a skewer, whatever that you have, just poke it into the cake. And if it's not completely clean, like as you can see here, means it's not really baked. So maybe another 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah? So it's been 5 minutes since we put it back in. Looks pretty good. Just gonna put it up here. So with the skewer, we do the same thing. Make sure that the skewer is clean. Poke it. Okay, it is done. So it's not too wet, not too dry, so it's not overbaked. So there we have a perfectly baked brownie, but we're not done yet. We still have the ganache, the salted caramel, and the candied walnut, which will be in a different episode. So till next time, happy baking!